Hey everybody, it is Jeremy again, back with Books and Coffee, and I have been gone for, it's been a couple of years, but I have been really wanting to come back to this channel and continue my book content. I've been reading a few books. I will probably tell a little bit more in a few weeks from now once I have my new desk set up. Right now we're filming on my phone until I can get my desk fully set up where I want it in my lovely living room. So today I am going to be doing a book review. I'm kind of just going to cut to the chase, and let's just say in terms of why I was gone for so long, my mental health wasn't in a good place for a while, and a lot of health issues, and COVID kind of really put things really back for me. So I am back, and I'm excited to be back and do more fun videos, especially book reviews, which have always been my favorite to film, so we're gonna do that. So today we are going to be talking about the book Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey Mcquiston. This is the world's favorite queer book, I would say, and I have some thoughts. Overall, I was really excited to read this. It had been on my TBR since it came out in 2019. I still really enjoyed this book. I'm going to go and say that right now, but I do have some valid criticisms with it. I would probably give this book around a 3 out of 5 stars. So basically, the book is about our main characters named Alex and Henry. And Henry is the Prince of Wales, and Alex is the son of the President of the United States of America. Because in this timeline of the world, instead of Donald Trump winning the 2016 election, it is his mother. So it's a little bit of a twist, and I really enjoyed this book in a lot of aspects. I thought the writing was decent, the flow of the book was good, but my criticisms can't really be overlooked in this. There's certain things that I definitely liked, and there's certain things that I definitely did not. I've always thought, and I've always kind of felt that third-person narrative really should go to more fantastical books like sci-fi and fantasy and dystopian and those types of stories. When it comes to a contemporary romance, I'm very picky. And I criticize writing a little bit more when it comes to romance. I feel like first person is a much better writing style to write romance stories in, which is one of my biggest problems with this book, is that this book is written in third person, which I feel like it kind of wasn't the best choice. Now, I'm sure that's just how Casey wanted to do it, and that's perfectly fine. But I kind of wish that they would have put it in first person, mainly because for the majority of the novel we are focused almost entirely on Alex's character. Alex is the American character, and we follow very little of Henry, who is the Prince of Wales, obviously, and I really liked their story. This was marketed as like an enemies to lovers, and I don't really agree with that. I feel like this book is more like reluctant, like acquaintances who, like, it's one thing to, like, enemies to lovers is supposed to be enemies. You're supposed to hate each other. And I feel like it's more one-sided. I feel like Henry didn't really care one way or another when it come to Alex. Alex was more like, yeah, I don't really care about them, and we're explained in the book that they don't like each other, or Alex doesn't like Henry because he was often compared to him growing up, which, okay, that's fair. I would probably get annoyed, but I wouldn't hate the other person because of that. That's not a good enough reason to say I hate that person for those reasons. I think that's kind of a cop-out answer. I mean, if you hate someone, you really hate them, and you should give reasons for doing so, and he does somewhat, but they're not really believable to me, and I didn't really buy that, so I'm yeah, it's just not really what worked for me. The romance was very, very believable. I really liked the romance, as in this was a romance novel, so it kind of fits there. The one thing I did not like about this book, and it was actually one of the biggest aspects of my dislike of it, apart from I wish that this was third person, and I think this book would have been done even better if this was written in first person and it was in dual perspective. Amazing. I would actually like this book even more if this was in dual perspective, just third person dual perspective, which is another thing we did not get. The entire book focuses mainly on Alex, but we do get Henry third person narration throughout the story, so I did appreciate those small little bits that we got. But I would have been fine if this was just a straight romance, or not a straight romance, but a romance following our characters and their shenanigans throughout the story would have been just fine. Except for that's not really what we got. The entire the entire book is set in a backdrop of politics, and that's my biggest complaint. You know, people read fiction to escape the horrors of the real world, to find themselves lost in stories. They don't want to read a book to remind them of it. So there is an ongoing political election. So Alex's mother is running again, so we have a lot of political entanglement that's going on, and that's my problem. I kind of felt like Mcquiston was kind of forcing and pushing her political beliefs on to the reader, because it very much felt like that way to me. I understand when, there's going to be an election, so it's going to be weaved into every part of the story, and I get that. I really do. Alex is, trying to find, like, where is he going to go in the future? What career path? What is he going to do with his life? So politics has a part to play in that decision as well, especially considering that since your mother is president, all eyes look to you. Everything you do is constantly looked at and mirrored by the public eye, and, you can't go anywhere without someone taking your picture or paparazzi following you everywhere you go. So I completely understand a lot of those things, but I think the politics aspect of the story was just really shoved in your face, and I don't really appreciate that. I hate politics so much. I have never been interested in politics in real life, and I care very little about politics when it comes to it being in fiction. We'll see. I have like I said, I have read this thoroughly. I read the book physically twice, and then I listened to it on audiobook. Now the audiobook changed my opinion a little bit, because when I did my review a month ago, I ended up giving it a 5-star review. And after weeks of thinking about it after that, I ended up rereading it again, and then about a week ago, I listened to it on audiobook, and that really, like, fermented my opinion. So this is my non-spoiler opinion of this. I still I love Henry and Alex. I thought that they were very cute, but I felt like Alex was very unlikable, and I felt like I just couldn't really connect to him. I loved Henry. I thought Henry was a cinnamon roll. He was absolutely wonderful, and I couldn't wait to see where their story went with him. But maybe I'll like the movie. This is being adapted for film, so that's going to be pretty exciting. So yeah, this is my review for Red, White, and Royal Blue. Let me know what you guys thought of the book and the review as well. Sorry it's kind of not as detailed, but it's a 3-star read for me, so I don't have too much to say. But yeah, I am going to be back every Monday and Tuesday and throughout the week, so I hope you guys all have a fabulous day, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later, and bye-bye.